Welcome to A Life in the Word. My name is Pastor Emmanuel Renee, and I have to my left
Minister Cave
and
Mr. Keith Dooley.
praise the Lord, praise the Lord. We're going to talk about the secret to receiving, and we're going to talk about something very special according to Luke 6:38, and it's not only a command, but it's a law that says give, and it should be given unto you. A lot of us just want to receive, but we don't know how it is. How do I get to receive first? Is we got to put a flow. Giving is a flow. You know what I'm saying? Remember the scripture that says that if you put your bread upon the waters, it's going to come back to you. Now that's part of what it is. You said you put your bread. So what does the river do? It flows down. So whatever you give will always come back to you. You know, whatever a man soweth, that he should reap. And I think that most of us should live a life of giving, not just on Sundays, but in everything in life. And that word giving is money, but it's not exclusively money. It's of your time and of your love and your friendship and your goodness and everything else in life, love and whatever. If you brought peace to somebody else, peace will come back to you. I would tell somebody, if you raise hell, hell's going to come back to you too. So whatever you sow, that's what you're going to reap. So that's a law that we got to live by, and not just something we do in one particular area in our lives. So it is, the Bible said that those who want friends got to do what? Show themselves friendly. Give of yourself. And it's the same thing of anything else. If you want a good marriage, you got to give of yourself. You got to give of your best. And I found out a lot of people stop wanting to give because they've been burned in life, because something happened. When people begin to be hurt in life, the first thing they do is close fists. I'm not going to let it flow no more. I'm going to hold what I got. You understand what I'm saying? But not knowing that the Bible talk about whatever you give, it may not particularly come from the person you sow into,
Right.
but it will come back to you. Somebody. Now, if you look at it, right, Luke 6:38, I'm going to read it from the King James Version. It says, give, and it should be given unto you, right? That's a law, right? That's a rule of life. It does not just money, anything. He says, good measure, pressed down and shaken together and running over, shall men give unto your bosom. It never say God will.
Yeah.
Somebody around your life have what you need. Right? Somebody around your life have what you need, but it's all for you to position yourself to have that thing. God always have, so it really talk about giving, not only talk about living that law of life, is also talk about building relationship with people. You cannot treat people anywhere because they may be the man that's going to give into your bosom.
Right.
They may be the person that's going to come in. So don't treat people indifferent, and very much indifferently, because you don't know who it is that God going to have to bless you. So that means that two things. Also, I got to live my life in expectancy because I'm giving so much. When you giving, you live your life in expectancy. But what I found out, a lot of people want to end up in the receiving end, but nobody want to do the giving. You understand? So that's why a lot of people are miserable in life. They're unhappy in life because they want, but they don't give. They want friendship, but they won't give friendship. They want love, but they're not the one to love. Remember, I told you this particular guy from before, because that person got hurt, what they do is close their hands. Well, people, the same thing too, they close their heart. They close in their heart. So when you say you can't close your heart without closing your mind to receiving. So I'm not going to give no more of myself, but what you doing, holding back, hurts you more than the person you're holding it back from. I'm gonna let you say something about that.
It's really another way to think about things. I think most times when we have read the scripture in the past, a lot of times people automatically just assume that it was just money alone, but it does break that mindset, and it brings you to a level of understanding, okay, everything is a giving, everything is a service. In friendship, it is a giving. You're not guaranteed how that friendship may turn out even years down the line, but you're sowing, you're investing in it, so you have to get it somewhere back. Like you said, it may not necessarily be within that person, or sometimes you switch friendships, but it doesn't mean that you now stop yourself from being a friend to somebody else, because it will come back to you. Or you don't stop showing love because one relationship failed, because you will get that. It's just like you were saying last night, sometimes you can put it in wrong ground.
You see, the thing about, I was thinking about that, right? You know, some person can say, well, I saw friendship and you know, and I don't get it back, or the same level I put it in. But so I stopped loving, so I stopped sowing seed. See, that'd be foolish for a farmer to say, I'm not gonna sow in the land no more, because that land didn't reap no nothing for me. Well, a smart farmer will be into the point that, you know, you be selective on where you're sowing that. Because not every land is good. You know, not every land is good. But that don't mean that you stop sowing. That don't mean you stop giving. You know what I'm saying? Just because that land is no good, you can't say I'm not giving no more. Because guess what? If I stop giving, I cut up the flow for it to come back to me. So in the sense is, I hurt myself. When I think I'm hurting other people, I'm really hurting myself, because I'm not giving them that. So guess what? Then I'm going to shut up their bowels from loving me, from caring for me, because somewhere along the line, that goes for relationship. You understand? Now, let's say this person is with this person, one person, right? And you're not showing that man love or that woman love. After a while, they may want to give it to you. But guess what happened? After a while, you shut your heart towards them. But after a while, all of a sudden, you know, their heart is shut towards you. When you want it, their heart is stopped. Guess what? Whatever you sow then begin to flow to you. What have you been sowing in? See, the thing is that if you put red dye on water, right, the whole water become red dye. So now that person now wants to sow and give to you. But the more you sowing back to them, they begin you begin to plant in them what you want to reap. See, what you want to sow to them, thinking they're going to hurt them, begin to grow back to you, which is nothing. You don't show them love, now they start showing you no love. You don't show you care, now they begin to show you. See, because you planted it. You planted it. Because after a while, you begin to sow so much in that land, wickedness and evilness, it will outgrow the good. See, it's like you putting more weeds than good wheat. So guess what? That land now begin to overflow with weeds. And all you get now is wheat, because that's all you've been planted is wheat. And guess what you're going to get back? Nothing. Well, you're going to get some weeds back. And guess what happened? We don't like that part. So guess what? If you want to stay in a state of receiving, you always got to keep your pocketbook and your heart, your love, everything open so it can flow to you. Mr. Keith, you wanted to say something.
And like, you got to understand this too, like, the flow that's considered like with your family too. The flows with your generations, your family. So you got to really be careful for us, like giving that love, because when you're not giving that love, you shut everything down. You shut your blessings down.
That's right.
Everything is shut down now. So now, instead of your family reaping things and blessings and different things like that from God, everything's shut down. So it's overall, you got to keep the flow. Because when you stop the flow, everything shuts down.
Well, what I'm saying that you can change the flow. It's just like when you turn on your faucet, you measure the flow. Now look at this, right? It says that whatever measure you measure, right? That's how you're going to get it. You know how when you go in a faucet, you can put it high, you can put it medium, you can put who's measuring it? You. You measure the flow to how much you give and how much you get back. In no way here said the devil, no way here said nobody else. You responsible for what you get back. So now that means that we got to take our mind and begin to say, what am I sending back? What am I sowing? What am I giving? Because guess what? Whatever I'm putting out there is coming back to me. So I better give some good things in there. You know what I'm saying? Give some good things in there, and it's gonna come back to me a thousandfold. That's what the Bible said. Do not be weary in well doing, for in what? In due season. So that means that if you've been getting bad overflow, right, and even though you're giving good, don't get tired of doing, because guess what? The water flow gonna change. Lord have mercy. The water flow gonna change. It's gonna come back to me. It may not look like it. Have you ever put the water flow and it's all brown? You know, sometimes when, you know, not our, but it's all brown a little bit. But the more you keep it flowing, guess what happened? It turns clear again. Well, guess what? You may have a dirty water season, but it more keep giving, it's going to change for you because what? Consistency and giving equals the overflow. Lord have mercy. Let me read this. We overflow our time now. Now look at this, right? I'm going to read this in the Amplified, right? Luke 6:38. It said, give, right? It said, give and gifts will be given to you. Good measure, pressed down, shaking together, and running over will they pour into the pots formed by the bosom of your robe and used as a bag. For with the measure you deal out, with the measure you use when you confer benefits on others, it will be measured back. Have you ever seen a person with a robe? He said the measure you pour that thing like you pour grain. I seen women back in the days when they used to, you know, back home, they used to put wheat and they used to use the skirt, you know, their skirt to hold the wheat, and you pour it. And the measure you pour, you keep pouring, they're holding it. So you see, the measure you bless somebody else is the measure of how you're going to get back. And guess what? You usually get double of what you pour. So keep pouring. Somebody said, keep pouring. Oh God, feel this here. Woo! Glory. Hallelujah. Give and it shall be given unto you. I pray that it bless you so far. My name is Pastor Emmanuel Renee.
I'm Minister Cave.
And Minister Keith Doggett.
We have one thing to say to you. Jesus is Lord. Keep on giving. God bless you.
Jesus said, I've come to give you life, and I've come to give you life more abundantly.